Support Wrestle Talk!
Order a t-shirt. The Miz is your new Intercontinental Champion. DX give the Revival the rub, and The Undertaker said some stuff. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is Raw's 25th anniversary episode in about 4 minutes, but probably 5. After opening retro style at the Manhattan Center, Ico Pro banner and all, Raw then kicked off proper with Stephanie and Shane McMahon saying we all have to thank one man for bringing us so much wrestling joy throughout the years. So let's give a big welcome to Vince McMahon. Vince said he's not one to pat himself on the back, mainly because the rest of the throwaway nostalgia show would do that for him, but then morphed into his heel Mr. McMahon character for the night's best segment, which brought out Stone Cold Steve Austin to not just stunner Shane, but also 172-year-old Vince too. Sadly though, that was where the in-awe stuff ended. Next up was Asuka, Mickie James, Sasha Banks and Bayley beating Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Nia Jax and Alicia because WWE appeared to have given up on Absolution as a rogue faction. Tapped to the bank statement, remembering the actual finish for once, and then Asuka threw her own teammates over the top rope. A lame bout, but a cool post-match angle to build the Women's Rumble. As fun as all the WWE Legend cameos were, quantity far exceeded quality. In the next few segments, we had Brother Love, Teddy Long, Tori Wilson, the Brooklyn Brawler, Jonathan Coachman, come on Coachman! Tori Wilson, the Boogeyman, John Laurinaitis, William Regal, Eric Bischoff, and Tori Wilson all get barely a line each. Tori Wilson in particular deserved much more screen time. But oddly, the most underwhelming was The Undertaker's long-hyped WWE return. The Manhattan Center trading in smoke and darkness for house lights and disappointment. Rather than start an angle or say anything of substance, he just mysteriously said, "For all of those who have fallen, it is truly time you rest in peace." Which isn't conclusive enough to act as another retirement, or teasing enough to build any excitement. Raw's most promoted match then came at the start of the second hour. The Miz and Roman Reigns worked together very well, and after some Miz to Raj shenanigans and an exposed turnbuckle, the Miz beat Roman to become an 8-time Intercontinental Champion. A fun match and a good result for all those involved. In another lackluster Legends return, Christian hardly featured at his Peep Show segment once guest Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan came out. Jordan's heat was fantastic though, with the crowd barely letting him speak for all the boos. The bar then came out for a brawl, and Rollins accidentally kneed Jordan in the face. Meanwhile, at the Manhattan Center Raw viewing party, they're actually getting a match. Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy finally clashed after over a month of feuding in a short match that Bray won clean, which was very disappointing. After bumping into Chris Jericho backstage, who got one of the loudest pops of the night, Elias trashed the WWE Legends and, even more criminally, Jimmy Fallon in the front row. This brought out John Cena, presumably starting a feud between the two, replacing the one Cena was supposed to have with Samoa Joe. Elias got the better of Cena, giving him a low blow and smashing a guitar over his back. Nostalgia mania ran wild throughout the night, with JBL hazing younger wrestlers backstage. I mean, various legends dropping in on an APA poker game, featuring Ted DiBiase, Jeff Hardy, and a blink and you'll miss him MVP. This culminated in Titus Worldwide accusing Heath Slater of cheating, which turned into a match between the two teams. It was quickly called off though, partly because the brawl got out of control, and partly because the Dudley Boys needed to put Heath Slater through a table. In one of the most awkward transitions we'll see all year, generic WWE interviewer number 3 observed, "Wow, the Dudley Boys really are one of the greatest teams of all time. Speaking of great, here's the phenomenal AJ Styles." Segway. AJ rightly kicked generic interviewer off for her complete opposite. The super charismatic asker of real questions, Mean Gene Okerlund. Sadly, Styles used Mean Gene's time to try and make hammy happen. Meanwhile, back at the Manhattan Center, don't worry, WWE forgot they were running a show there too. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn and X-Pac came out as DX to thank the fans, and then turned it into a Click reunion, bringing out Scott Hall for a Too Sweet. Because they can hear Too Sweets from up to 16 miles away, the Balor Club turned up to do the hand gesture with them, while the Young Bucks cried in each other's arms at home. This turned into Luke Gallows and Galanderson quickly beating the Revival. And as last week's show predictably set up, this led to Dash and Dawson to be hit with each guy's finisher. It gives the Balor Club a good rub, but sadly it was at the expense of the Revival. The big angle to close not just Raw's 25th anniversary, but also serve as the hot go-home cliffhanger for the Royal Rumble was a very lackluster brawl between Kane, Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, where Brock F5'd Kane and Strowman put Lesnar through the announcers table. Unlike Raw's 1000th episode, which was notable for CM Punk's heel turn on The Rock, WWE appeared to have treated the 25th anniversary as a throwaway nostalgia clip show. After months of build and hype, we were treated to a fantastic opening, inconsequential matches, occasionally inspired backstage segments, but ultimately confusing and frustrating booking, which in a way captures the highs and lows of Raw's 25 years rather well. So that was this week's Raw in about 4 minutes, but probably 5. Vote in the poll above my head to give your rating, where you can choose from in awe, core, average, poor, and bore. Usually this episode would be a core, but because of the build and it being the Royal Rumble go-home show, I expected considerably more. This week's Raw is poor. What are 25 Raw facts you probably didn't know? Click the screen now for more great wrestling videos.